Ladies and gentlemen, all right, let me ask you something. How many times in your life have you faced a moment where the world seemed like it was pushing you down, where it felt like everything was stacked against you and you thought about just giving up or backing off? I'm talking about those times when the pressure's on and it feels easier to walk away than to stand your ground. Now, let me tell you something. Those moments right there, that's where your strength is built. You see, the difference between those who make it and those who don't is simple. It's about holding your ground. It's about not letting circumstances, people, or fear move you off your path. It's about standing firm, no matter how tough the journey gets. So if you're ready to hear what it really takes to never back down, keep listening, because this is going to be a game changer. And by the end of this, I promise you'll be looking at your obstacles in a whole new way. The world is full of challenges, obstacles, and critics that will try to make you question your worth, your vision, and your ability to achieve your goals. But here's the truth. When you know your worth, when you understand the value that you bring to the table, nothing can shake you. Knowing your worth isn't just about having confidence or being cocky. It's about understanding that your dreams, your aspirations, and your unique set of skills are irreplaceable. You were put on this earth for a reason, and nobody can take that away from you. When you're clear on who you are, your purpose, and your potential, you won't let anyone or anything derail you from your path. You got to stop second guessing yourself. You got to stop letting others' opinions control how you see yourself. When you're uncertain of your worth, it's easy for the world to project their own fears and insecurities onto you. People will tell you that your dreams are too big, too bold, too impossible. They'll point out all the reasons why your goals won't work and all the ways you could fail. But what they don't understand is that they're projecting their own limitations onto you. What they see as impossible is only impossible to them, not to you. The most successful people in the world didn't get to where they are by listening to the naysayers. They didn't get there by shrinking themselves to fit into the expectations of others. They got there by knowing their worth and refusing to back down, no matter how many obstacles they faced. They believed in their own values so deeply that no one could tell them otherwise. And you've got that same power inside of you. So stop downplaying your abilities. Stop waiting for permission to chase your dreams. You don't need anyone's approval to go after what you want. Your worth is already written in stone, and the world doesn't get to rewrite it. The moment you truly internalize your worth, the moment you accept that you have what it takes, you'll start seeing doors open up that you never thought were possible. Opportunities will find you, because you'll be walking through life with a confidence that can't be ignored. When you know your worth, it changes everything. It changes how you show up in the world, how you interact with people, and how you deal with challenges. It shifts your mindset from one of fear and doubt to one of confidence and action. And that's when you'll start to attract the right people, the right opportunities, and the success you've been working for. It's not about arrogance. It's about self-respect. It's about standing in your truth and knowing that you are more than enough. So hold your ground, because your worth is undeniable and nobody can take that away from you. There are going to be times when the world challenges you, when everything seems to be going wrong, and when you feel like throwing in the towel would be the easiest option. Those moments will come. The tough times, the setbacks, the failures, they're all part of the journey. But the key to surviving and thriving through them is simple: persistence. Life is about keeping your head high and your feet moving, even when it seems like everything is falling apart. This is when you must hold your ground and keep pushing forward, no matter how difficult the path may seem. You see, the difference between those who succeed and those who give up is that the successful ones don't let their setbacks define them. They don't let failure be the end of their story. They see failure as a lesson, as a stepping stone to something better. The key is not to give up when you face difficulty, but to rise up stronger each time you get knocked down. The world will tell you to quit. The challenges will scream at you to stop, but your response must always be the same. Not today, not now. I'm not giving up. Persistence isn't about charging through life without any obstacles. It's about dealing with those obstacles with the determination to find a way, no matter how long it takes. It's about getting knocked down and saying, I'm going to rise again. Every person who has achieved greatness, every person who has made an impact in the world has faced adversity. They've all faced moments where it seemed easier to just walk away. But what set them apart was their commitment to keep pushing forward. They knew that the road to success was never a straight line. It was full of curves, bumps, and roadblocks. But that didn't stop them from pushing ahead. Persistence is what keeps you going when everyone else has given up. It's what separates the winners from the quitters. You've got to build the muscle of persistence to get used to the discomfort of pushing forward even when it feels like the universe is against you. Remember, the hardest part is usually just before the breakthrough. The night is darkest before the dawn, and often, right when you feel like quitting, you're closer to your goal than you think. One thing to always remember is that setbacks don't mean you failed, they mean you've learned. And those lessons are invaluable. The most successful people in history have failed over and over again, but they kept at it, and that persistence is what led them to success. They didn't take no for an answer, and neither should you. Your dreams, your goals, they're all possible if you refuse to give up. You've got to learn to trust the process. Even when the results aren't showing up as quickly as you'd like, keep going, keep moving forward. Because it's not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you rise again. So don't back down. Don't let life dictate your pace. Don't let the failures or the doubts get to you. Instead, stay committed to your vision. Keep your eye on the prize and remind yourself that no matter what, you will keep pushing forward. It's your perseverance, your refusal to quit, that will lead you to success. When others are ready to give up, that's when you need to dig in your heels and push through. Hold your ground, keep fighting, and never stop believing that you have what it takes to make it to the other side. There will always be those who doubt you, who question your ability, and who try to steer you off course. These are the voices of negativity that will try to get inside your head and make you question yourself. They'll try to make you feel small, make you feel like you're not capable, and convince you that your dreams are too big. But you've got to understand something. The louder those voices get, the closer you are to something great. When people try to bring you down, when they tell you it's not possible or that you're not good enough, it's not because you're failing, it's because you're on the verge of success. They want to distract you from your purpose and make you doubt your potential, but you've got to hold your ground and stay focused on what you're trying to accomplish. When you know where you're headed and why you're headed there, it doesn't matter how many people try to throw you off track. You've got a purpose, and that purpose is stronger than anyone's opinion. The truth is, people will always talk. People will always have something to say about your decisions, your plans, and your actions. But you can't let that deter you. You've got to stay committed to your vision and stay true to yourself. The opinions of others can be loud and overwhelming, but they are not your truth. Only you know what's best for you. And if you listen to the noise, you risk losing sight of your true path. Holding your ground isn't about fighting others or defending your actions. It's about being so secure in your own choices and vision that you don't need to explain or justify yourself to anyone. When you know what you want and you believe in your journey, you won't let outside influences sway you. You'll be able to keep your eyes on the prize and continue moving forward despite any roadblocks or negative feedback. The most successful people didn't get there by listening to the doubters. They got there by trusting themselves and staying grounded in their vision. Sometimes the hardest part of holding your ground is the internal struggle, the self-doubt that creeps in when things get tough. When you're pushing for something big and the challenges start to pile up, it's easy to start questioning whether you're on the right path. But this is when you need to remind yourself why you started in the first place. This is when you need to tap into your inner strength and trust the process. Every great achievement requires persistence, patience, and faith in your journey, even when things aren't looking how you imagine. So, when people doubt you, when obstacles seem impossible to overcome, and when the voices inside your head try to convince you to quit, you've got to remember, your vision is powerful and so are you. Hold your ground, stay firm, and continue moving forward. The greatest achievements in history were not accomplished by those who listened to the doubters, but by those who held fast to their beliefs and kept pushing forward. Don't let anyone or anything make you waver in your purpose. Hold your ground and know that you are capable of achieving everything you've set out to do. The world might try to knock you down, but with persistence and belief in yourself, there is nothing that can stop you from reaching your dreams. One of the most crucial elements of holding your ground is understanding that you are the one who controls your destiny. The world will try to pull you in every direction. People will try to tell you what to do, where to go, and how to live your life. But at the end of the day, you're the one who has to look in the mirror and answer for the choices you make. You are the one who has to decide what's important to you, what your values are, and what you're willing to stand for. So you've got to be clear about your own convictions and hold firm to them. Knowing who you are and what you stand for gives you the confidence to stand tall in the face of adversity. It's easy to get lost in the chaos of life, especially when everyone around you seems to have their own opinion about what you should do. But when you hold your ground, you're not being stubborn or hard-headed. You're being true to yourself. You're saying that no matter what anyone else says, your vision and your values matter more than their opinions. You are saying that you are the master of your own fate, and you're not going to let external pressures lead you off course. It's not always going to be easy, though. There will be moments of uncertainty, times when you'll question your path and wonder if you're making the right decisions. But that's when you need to be even more resolute. Holding your ground is about standing firm in the face of doubt, both from others and from yourself. It's about trusting the journey even when it's not clear. You don't have to have all the answers. You just need the faith to keep moving forward, step by step. The people who achieve greatness in life aren't the ones who give up when things get tough. They're the ones who push through, who refuse to be swayed by temporary setbacks. They understand that success isn't a straight line. It's a winding road full of twists and turns, detours and obstacles. But they also understand that every step along the way, no matter how challenging, brings them closer to their goal. Holding your ground means sticking with it even when the going gets tough. It means having the tenacity to keep going even when others might tell you it's not worth it. It also means staying true to your core beliefs, even when those around you might be trying to change you or steer you in a different direction. There will always be those who try to influence you, who try to tell you that their way is the best way. But the truth is, they don't know you the way you know yourself. They don't know your dreams, your struggles, your strengths, or your potential. Only you have that intimate understanding of who you are and what you're capable of. So, when you hold your ground, you're not just standing firm against the world, you're standing firm for your own vision, your own purpose, and your own destiny. In the end, holding your ground is about protecting your peace. It's about preserving your sense of self in a world that is constantly trying to pull you in different directions. It's about understanding that while you can't control everything around you, you can control your response. And when you stand firm in who you are and what you believe in, you'll find the strength to face whatever challenges come your way. You'll build resilience. And you'll find that over time, holding your ground will be what propels you forward towards success. The world might try to shake you, but if you stand firm, you'll prove to yourself that nothing can knock you down. One of the biggest challenges in life is understanding that holding your ground doesn't just mean resisting external pressures. It's also about dealing with the internal battles that arise. These are the doubts, fears, and insecurities that rise within us when we face difficulty. It's not easy to stay confident when things aren't going well, but it's during those moments that holding your ground becomes most critical. If you buckle under pressure, you're not only letting others dictate your course, you're allowing your own fears to shape your destiny. But if you stand firm and push through, you begin to realize the power that lies in holding your ground, especially when the going gets tough. In these moments, you have to remember why you're standing firm in the first place. It's not about defiance for the sake of defiance. It's about sticking to the things that matter to you, the values that guide your decisions. You have to remind yourself of your ultimate goals, your dreams, and what's at stake. Those who give up too soon or lose their resolve often miss out on the rewards that come after persevering through the hard times. Success is not about avoiding obstacles. It's about how you respond to them. When you face challenges head on and refuse to give in, you build resilience. Every obstacle becomes an opportunity for growth, for learning how to push through, and for getting closer to your ultimate success. But let's be real. Holding your ground isn't always going to be glamorous. It's not about being the loudest person in the room or standing out just for the sake of it. It's about consistency and quiet strength. When everyone else is rushing around, unsure of which way to go, you stand firm, unmoved by the chaos around you. That doesn't mean you don't have doubts. It means you've learned to trust yourself and the path you're walking. You've learned to differentiate between the noise and the truth. And that's something that only comes with time and experience. Even in the face of criticism or opposition, you must trust in your decisions. You will encounter people who question your choices or try to steer you off course. But you have to recognize that their opinions are based on their own experiences, fears, and limitations, not yours. What they think isn't necessarily what's right for you. You've got to trust your gut and know that as long as your choices align with your values and your long-term vision, you're on the right path. When you hold your ground, you're essentially telling yourself that your journey matters, that your choices are valid, and that you have the right to define your success. In the end, holding your ground is about doing what's right for you, not what's easy or what others expect from you. It's about staying committed to your truth, your goals, and your vision, even when it's tough, and even when it feels like the world is trying to pull you in 1,000 different directions. It's about making a decision to show up for yourself, to stand firm, and to be unwavering in your belief in what you're doing. The more you practice this, the more you'll realize that holding your ground is not just a temporary act of willpower, it's a way of life. When you do it consistently, you'll notice that challenges no longer feel as intimidating. You become stronger, more resilient, and more confident in the decisions you make. And over time, that confidence leads you to greater success. Not because the journey was easy, but because you never gave up and never turned back. When you choose to hold your ground, it's not just a passive act of standing still. It's an active choice to keep moving forward despite the pressure. It's easy to stay strong when everything aligns perfectly, when the sun is shining and the path ahead seems clear. But real strength, real resilience is tested when things get tough. You've got to understand that life isn't always going to hand you what you want on a silver platter. There will be setbacks, delays, and failures. There will be moments where giving up seems like the easier option. But here's the thing. If you can keep pushing forward when everything else seems to be falling apart, you will emerge stronger, wiser, and more capable than ever. At times, life will feel like it's testing your limits, and in those moments, it can feel easier to let go. But giving up is not the answer. When you hold your ground, you're showing the world that you won't be moved, that you refuse to be swayed by circumstances. Life's obstacles will try to push you off course, but when you stand firm, you're not just resisting external forces. You're proving to yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. The more you practice holding your ground, the easier it becomes to face challenges head on, knowing that you've done it before and you can do it again. It's easy to look around and see others succeeding and wonder why things aren't happening for you as quickly. The reality is that everyone has their own journey, their own struggles. Holding your ground is about trusting that your time is coming, regardless of what others are doing. You can't compare your progress to anyone else's, because their journey is not your own. Everyone faces different hurdles, and some may be more visible than others, but just because someone else seems to be getting ahead doesn't mean you're falling behind. Keep your focus on your path and don't allow the distractions around you to make you second-guess your direction. It's all about staying in your lane and trusting your process. Moreover, when you hold your ground, you're building a foundation of confidence. There will be voices, both external and internal, telling you to quit, to take the easier route. But with each moment you stand firm, you reinforce the belief that you are capable, that you deserve success. The more you practice this discipline, the stronger your resolve will become, and the more confident you'll feel in your choices. It's not about being perfect, it's about showing up, doing the work, and staying true to what you believe in, even when it's hard. The power of holding your ground lies in your ability to continue moving forward with purpose and conviction. When life challenges you, when others try to steer you off course, and when doubt creeps in, Remember that holding your ground is a reminder to trust your vision, to keep pushing through, and to never stop believing in the power of persistence. Over time, that strength will become second nature, and you will look back and realize that it wasn't the big moments of success that shaped you the most. It was the countless moments when you stood firm and refused to give up. That's what creates lasting success. The unwavering commitment to your path, no matter how tough it gets.